I will send a video by Mr. Griffin through Facebook. If you guys are not familiar with him, his brother here on YouTube talks about wrestling and certain things that are going on within society. So you guys check him out. I will put his link in the description box. But he sent me a link of Jada Pinkett basically saying that people of color or quote unquote minorities should boycott the Oscars. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the video, and I'll come back with my commentary.
Hi, today is Martin Luther King's birthday, and I can't help but ask the question, is it time that people of color recognize how much power, influence that we have amassed, that we no longer need to ask to be invited anywhere? I ask the question, have we now come to a new time and place where we recognize that we can no longer beg for the love, acknowledgement, or respect of any group? That maybe it's time that we recognize that if we love and respect and acknowledge ourselves in the way in which we are asking others to do, that is the place of true power. I'm simply asking the question. Here's what I believe. The Academy has the right to acknowledge whomever they choose, to invite whomever they choose. And now I think that it's our responsibility now to make the change. Maybe it is time that we pull back our resources and we put them back into our communities, into our programs, and we make programs for ourselves that acknowledge us in ways that we see fit, that are just as good as the so-called mainstream ones. I don't know. Here's what I do know. Begging for acknowledgement or even asking diminishes dignity and diminishes power. And we are a dignified people, and we are powerful, and let's not forget it. So, let's let the Academy do them with all grace and love, and let's do us differently. I got nothing but love. Hey, Chris, I will not be at the Academy Awards, and I won't be watching, but I can't think of a better man to do the job at hand this year than you, my friend. Good luck. And to the rest of you, nothing but love, always.
Is it me or is Jada Pinkett starting to look like a white woman? I'm just putting that out there because I mean her whole facial structure, her nose and everything, she's starting to look like a tan white woman. But on to what I really want to talk about. My question to Jada Pinkett is why? Why would we go out and boycott the Oscars? My second question is I'm wondering if Jada Pinkett has alternative motives behind her aggressions to boycott the Oscars. And the reason why I say that is because you got to remember Will Smith just came out with what's the movie called? I forgot the name of the movie, but it's the joint where he's playing the doctor that was trying to reprimand the NFL for letting these players play a dangerous sport, a contact sport that's very dangerous, and they were having these mental issues, and it was, you guys just gotta go check it out. I saw the movie. The movie was pretty good, a little slow, but it was a decent movie. But I wonder if she has alternative motives because her husband was not acknowledged at the Oscars. Now, for a long time, Will Smith has been, Hollywood's golden black Negro. Every couple of years, they pick that one person that, willing to kind of go along, don't really say too much. What they'll do is they'll reward them with money and opportunities and, et cetera, et cetera. And right now, the golden token Negro is Kevin Hart. He's a guy here right now that is accepted by Hollywood momentarily. But the reason why I also say why should we boycott the Oscars is what is that really going to do for us? I feel like us as the black community, and I think I need to focus on the black community because I noticed she mentioned people of color. And, I do understand that numbers do matter and numbers do play a part in how things are structured. But let's keep it real. Other people of color besides black people are not jumping up, raising their hands, ready to go out and fight the efforts of police brutality, of racism. I can go on when it comes to black people. So I feel like us as black people right now in this country, we need to focus on us because many years we've been grouped into the quote unquote people of color category or the minority category, and we basically get kicked to the side while everybody else gets all these different accolades or progresses within their community, but yeah, we get kicked to the side. So when I look at it from that point of view, I think us as black Americans, we need to focus on us and what's going on with us because every time we turn on the TV or we get on social media, whatever, we're seeing another black American being treated wrongly, whether it's from racism, whether it's police brutality, or whether it's just blatant disrespect throughout the media. So us going out and boycotting something like the Oscars, something that's connected to Hollywood that, really can give a damn about the black community unless we can generate money. I feel like what is the point of us all grouping together and boycotting the Oscars? Now, I'm with her when she says we need to put our resources back into our community because I've been saying that, for years, and a lot of other people have been saying that we do need to take our dollars, control our dollars, and put it back into our community. But getting everybody riled up to go against the Oscars when even if we boycott the Oscars, they're not going to do anything for our community. What is that going to do at the end of the day? Not a damn thing. Oh well, there's no black people. We were losing viewership doing the Oscars, or there's no black people going out and seeing certain movies. What is that really doing for our community? Nothing. So I think the more intellectual thing to do is that Hollywood won't let us tell our stories, or they want to dictate who gets to play certain roles, what movies are made, etc., etc. What we need to do is we need to start our own thing. We need to start our own black Hollywood, have our own production studios, our own writers. There's a lot of brothers and sisters coming out of film school right now and are looking for work. Get some of those brothers and sisters within that source. And that way what we could do is we could keep our dollar black, but we could also create opportunities for each other. And, I don't agree with, everything that Tyler Perry does. But one thing I have to say that Tyler Perry has done that, I got to give the brother respect, is that he's created his own studio. He doesn't have to go out and, go beg Sony Pictures or Warner Brothers or, any of these other production studios in order to get his films made. He can simply do it within his own studio. If they don't want to, if Lionsgate don't want to do a joint deal where it's in, it's a mega picture all across the country, whatever, he can go right to DVD and still make hella money. And they know that, and that's the reason why Hollywood gives him more opportunities opposed to other black directors out here. Now, like I say, I don't agree with everything Tyler Perry does in the imagery, but I have to give him his respect on that. But that's what we need to start doing. We need to start creating our own things. Damn the Oscars. I mean, prime example, we've had a lot of great movies that came out last year. You had NWA, which I think definitely should have went up for an Oscar. You had Creed, that was a good movie. You had Chirac. It was a lot of great black movies that came out last year, and they all got snubbed. So what does that tell you? That tells you that if they don't have a token Negro in the film, you're not going to get recognized. If it's not a film that doesn't play the role of what these white folks or white Hollywood wants it to play, they're not going to give you any recognition. So my whole thing is that, I don't think we need to go out and boycott the Oscars because it's not going to do anything. It's not going to change anything within our community. It's not going to make our schools better. It's not going to create jobs. It's not going to do anything in our community. It's just, you're just going to have a bunch of black people that's just not going to watch the Oscars. Yeah, they might lose a little bit of sponsorship, but you're talking about a whole, you know, organization. Hollywood is big. What we have to do is we have to attack these sources with our dollar. That's how you get people's attention, because I don't care if you blue, black, green, or purple. Nothing gets people's attention quicker than a dollar bill. So when we start taking our dollars out of Hollywood, we start taking our talents out of Hollywood, and we start putting it into our own system, that's when that's going to wake people up and say, you know what? Maybe we should have gave those black people the recognition that they deserve. Maybe we should have let them have certain powers and let certain movies be made within, the Hollywood atmosphere. But, that's my 2 cents on it. I think boycotting the Oscars is a waste of time. Our focus needs to be on other things that are going on within society, as far as politics, as far as the police department, as far as social issues, as far as education. That's what we need to be focusing on. Because the Oscars, whether they give, the Oscar to Tom Cruise or whoever the hell, that's not going to change my situation. Whether they give it to Will Smith or every black American who starred in a movie last year, that still is not going to change my situation or my people's situation within our communities. And I think that's something that we need to, become knowledgeable about. We have to pick and choose our battle. Every battle out here that, is not fair to us, we don't always have to attack. We have to attack things that are actually going to create change for us. But that's my 2 cents on all this. Damn the Oscars. Start your own business. Start your own production studios. Those blacks who are in Hollywood and have the money, do your own thing. Why are you looking for the Oscars to acknowledge you? Those who are coming out of film school right now, we have a whole bunch of different avenues. You got YouTube, you got social media, where you can go get you a little cheap camera, make up a script, and do your own thing. Create some revenue, you flip that revenue, and then you buy some better equipment, you make even more projects. That's the only way we're going to come out of this slump. But to, come out here with a full charge, say, we're mad at the Oscars. The Oscars are not, don't have any black people in there. That's bullshit. That's not going to change anything. And, we really got to stop, doing the same thing we've been doing years and years and years, and nothing is changing. What we need to do is say, damn the Oscars. The simple solution to all is just don't watch the Oscars, don't support it, and start your own thing. And this reminds me too much of when Kanye was on the radio bitching and whining like a little bitch because them white folks wouldn't let him enter, their little circle. We can do our own thing, people. We just got to put our mind to it and put our dollars together. But I'm out. You guys give me your feedback on this.